it's like, oh, eat more fat. They eat more fat, they gain more body fat, or they get diarrhea. So now let's troubleshoot the constipation even more. Let's do a SIBO test or a Candida test. And with such a slow metabolism and a slow digestive system, of course you're going to have imbalances in your gut health. Does that sound familiar? So now you've gained weight and you don't feel good. Why do you keep restricting your food more and more on the carnivore diet? In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop starving your will to live away. Health and fitness should feel addicting, amazing. It should make you the happiest person, the most energetic and motivated. It shouldn't make you feel sicker and sicker with less and less energy to the point where you're so fragile that the only thing you can eat is a low histamine piece of steak every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Zaldivar, and I managed to lose and maintain 35 pounds by raising my baseline dopamine and lowering my body weight set point, as I explained in this YouTube video. I was also featured on the first ever carnivore documentary called Reverse TV series, and I have quit my nutrition and exercise physiology professor jobs at the University of Miami, Miami-Dade College, DeVry University, and the American College of Sports Medicine and elsewhere, so I could focus on research and putting out content, so I could work with the thousands of clients that I've helped lose weight and improve their health, and so I could push this conversation forward. And as usual, also today I just got off onboarding new clients who have the same exact experience that probably most of you have had. You gravitate towards a carnivore diet, it makes you feel amazing, and then before you know it, you're still rebounding and you're actually getting weaker and sicker instead of feeling more energetic, having a faster metabolism, and actually enjoying life. So to answer the question, why do you keep restricting the varieties of food that you can handle more and more on a carnivore diet? Here is the answer. So as you feel that you can only eat a smaller and smaller variety of foods, and as you start reducing your carbohydrate intake or any ability to handle any carbohydrates, the less energy you start to have, the slower your metabolism, your baseline dopamine drops, and you start having less NEAT or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is one of the main things that people with fast metabolisms that are happier, more energetic, and more productive have a lot of. They have a lot of NEAT. They want to fidget, they want to move. It's like almost that they cannot sit idle. It's like a Lamborghini that just wants to go. That's what fitness really is supposed to feel like. If you're doing the right things, that is the lifestyle that people fall in love with. It's not this, oh my gosh, I can only eat a piece of steak that has no histamine in it and there's nothing else I can do, and then I'm craving foods all the time and everything hurts and my digestion has come to a screeching halt because the metabolism is shot. No. That's not health. So the vast majority of people who get sucked into carnivore mainly as a way to lose weight fast and reverse insulin resistance, they are doing that and finding maybe small amounts of benefit which hooks them initially, and then they rebound and then they are in a worse place at the end. And that's because they've slowed down their metabolism, they have less energy, and they're barely burning any calories at all. Most clients that I onboard, they're subsisting on like 1,200 or 1,500 calories. 1,500 calories a day for a very physically active person, that is nothing. Even for a female, that is a very, very low amount of calories. And so of course you're going to be walking around with some excess body fat because you are walking around with a slow metabolism. To make things worse, you don't have the energy, you're not really training, you can barely set new PRs, you can barely get fitter in the gym and lift heavier weights or get faster, so you lose muscle. For every pound of muscle you lose, you're dropping and slowing down your metabolism by 100, sometimes even more calories per day. It really depends on multiple factors, but by working with clients, I see that some people, they slow down their metabolism a lot faster than others, but on average, it seems to be that for every 1 pound of muscle we have on our frame, it can speed up our metabolism by 100 calories. So if you're a newbie, if you're a woman who's never lifted in the gym before, in the first year, if you do things right, you can put on around 12 pounds of muscle in your first year of training. That translates to an extra 1,200 calories minimum of extra fast metabolism. It's not just that you can eat those extra 1,200 calories a day, it's also how it makes you feel. Somebody with a faster metabolism by 1,200 calories is gonna move different, is going to talk different, is gonna think differently. They're gonna be motivated, their baseline dopamine is gonna be higher, they're gonna be happier. But unfortunately, a lot of the carnivore gurus don't understand how to help people lose weight and reverse them out and speed up their metabolism, and it's just one global message: eat meat, and that's the end of that. So what's happening to people, they're slowing down their metabolisms, and when you slow down your metabolism and you reduce the variety of the foods that you can eat, your digestive system is gonna come to a screeching halt. What's gonna happen when your digestive system slows down, the food is gonna sit in your stomach for longer, it's gonna ferment, you're gonna have SIBO, candida, an overgrowth of bacteria, and now you truly cannot handle anything outside of cleaner and cleaner and cleaner types of meat. And so you're literally becoming kind of like this vulnerable vase that if you just touch it, it's gonna break. That is not health, and that is not fitness. So people are stuck in this horrific state where they think that all I gotta do is eat meat, all I gotta do is just eat meat, and they keep hating their life, they're not setting PRs, they're not progressing with their fitness, their metabolism and digestion is slowing down, they have less energy, and the less energy you have, the less you're gonna train, the worse off you're going to feel, and the cycle goes on, and oftentimes people end up simply just binging or just cheating, and most people end up in this stuck cycle. It's not that you're cheating because you have an eating disorder or food addiction or sugar addiction. I have a YouTube video I filmed on that. I'll make sure that I link it towards the end of this YouTube video. You don't have an eating disorder, you just destroyed your metabolism, that's all. But no, what are people doing? They're just doubling down. More carnivore, less variety, and that means more nutrient deficiencies. Where do you think you're gonna get your selenium from, your iodine from, enough magnesium, enough electrolytes? Where are you gonna get vitamin B1 that is so critical for a fast digestive system and a well-functioning vagus nerve that's gonna allow your digestion to work efficiently? So to make things even worse, now we have constipation. It's probably one of my most viewed YouTube videos, all the videos I do about constipation, and just in general, constipation on a carnivore diet. So what are people doing when they're getting constipated? They go back and try to troubleshoot it, right? And now it's like, oh, eat more fat. They eat more fat, they gain more body fat, or they get diarrhea. So now let's troubleshoot the constipation even more. Let's do a SIBO test or a candida test. And with such a slow metabolism and a slow digestive system, of course you're going to have imbalances in your gut health. Does that sound familiar? So now you've gained weight and you don't feel good, so you try to increase your walking or steps or exercise, but now that you're working out, you start having cramps and palpitations. So we go back to our favorite carnivore gurus and we buy the electrolyte mixes that they're recommending. You try to stay clean and you try to get the ones that don't have artificial flavors or artificial sweeteners, but they taste nasty. And so then you go back and you get the electrolytes with the artificial sweeteners and artificial flavors, which wreck your gut health even more. Did you know that stevia destroys dopamine and messes up with your gut microbiome? I have a YouTube video, probably an older one. I'll try to dig it up and try to post it on stevia destroying dopamine. There's a study that just came out not that long ago. So now you're still struggling, so you think maybe if I go Lion diet, this time it'll work. So now we have selenium, iodine, omega-3, magnesium, vitamin D, marginal deficiencies, also vitamin B1, especially if you're not consuming organ meats, also silica. I have a YouTube video on that, check it out. And the worst part, your brain now is not working and you feel even more depleted, more cravings, and you feel like there's something wrong with you because for the life of you, you cannot stay away from eating some form of carbohydrate. So you binge, and now that you've restricted and you've binged, you've put on even more body fat and you've wrecked your metabolism even more. The more of these cycles that you repeat, the higher and higher your body weight set point is getting. That is your initiation into the carnivore community, so welcome. Don't worry, I got you though. If you're sick and tired of taking advice from influencers and people with no training in nutrition who don't even understand the basics of how to set up a meal plan, and if you're ready to work with a trained scientist with decades of experience working with thousands of clients, check out my one-on-one coaching packages at drsarahzaldivar.com/coaching. And no, I did not get one of those weekend nutrition or personal training certifications and all of a sudden I started calling myself a certified nutritionist. I actually have a bachelor's and a master's degree in nutrition and dietetics, and I spent a whole year training in a hospital setting, and I became a licensed dietitian. And then after that, 7 years to get my doctorate, my PhD in nutrition and exercise physiology. That is not to mention all of the years of research and coaching people one-on-one in in real life scenarios. Also, if you use code YouTube, you will get 50% off all of my coaching packages. The coupon expires in 48 hours. And if you want to stay up to date with all my research and everything I'm putting out, then make sure you're signed up to my newsletter at drzaldivor.com/newsletter. Fitness and health should be addicting. It should be an amazing feeling, an amazing lifestyle. You shouldn't be white knuckling your way through it. So if you're sick and tired of hating your life and not seeing any results and thinking that you're doing something wrong, it's not you, it's the advice that you're getting that is so tragically wrong and ignorant. And so please reach out and do not worry. There is a way out of this mess. All right, rant over. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content, let me know so I can film additional content just like this. Make sure you give this YouTube video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell icon so YouTube alerts you every time I post a video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.